Hello everyone. Welcome to PICK-3 at a glance. Question and answers. Well, what am I trying to do? I work with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. To VR. Yeah, hey, I guess maybe the phone is acting on their end, not acting right. It's the only thing I can say. Carol, Francine. These phones acting so crazy, no telling what people trying to do with them, and it ain't doing. I know mine does. Just have to go with the flow. That's all I do. They ain't gonna wear me. Cause I'm old people. That's why. I'm 74. Can I get any older? You think I should be 100? Try to listen to some 100 folks, old folks? I earned my stripes. I can listen to old folks, and they too much music I don't listen to, but it's rhythm and blues. But you gonna be listening to old folks music one day too. Yep, I'm 74. Loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. Oldest of 3 sets of twins. Oldest of 11 family members. All of us are living except for one. God's been good. God's been good. Enjoy your life. It'll go faster than you think. That's what I'm going to tell you as an old person. I talk like a farmer. I'm strictly city. Never been on a farm in my life. Believe me. Do New Jersey for evenings. Okay. Are you just can? Okay, are you familiar with my videos or anything about my PICK-3 at a glance strategy? I'm basically state specific for East St. Louis, but my strategy works for all states. My strategy works for all states. I mean, I could probably do the number for, New Jersey evenings if you would like, but I use the 1-1 rundown in the tracking. Do I live alone? No, fortunately, I had eye surgery, and about a year ago, my daughter came and got me and told me she needs me to come, and son-in-law told me they don't want me living alone, and they told me come live with them. And as an old person, I said yes. Ain't no fun living alone, buddy. I lost my wife in 2015 of 35 years, and but God's been good anyhow. He's been good anyhow. I know. I'm noticed 11. I had a wonderful. I mean, I'm living a wonderful life. It's all what you make it. So yeah, no, I don't live alone. I got 4 grandkids. It really is. I love God. Yes, I love God. I love God for all His goodness, and whatever goes on, I realize if I can't handle it, I do my best, and I let God do the rest. Yeah, I got plenty. Look, if you got 74 years old, you get to 74 years old, and I don't care what God or who God you believe in. If you don't believe in something other than yourself, you're in bad shape. That's all I can say. If you make it 74 years old, and you ain't figured out, you ain't the only one running this camp, you in bad shape. Oh, thank you, Ken. Yeah, I do believe in God. Yes, I believe in God. God's been good to me. Very good. Not about all the material stuff neither. My health, my family, my friends. You're 14. What are you doing on this channel? This channel's not going to be for you at 14 years old. I mean, you say, I'm 14. Well, hey. But, I mean, this is for 8. You only can play at 18 and older. But, I'm just telling you shouldn't be on here now. That's up to you. You reap what you sow. So if you stay on there, you reap good from it, which I don't think you can, because you can't use it, I don't think. But today, kids are 14 years old making millions of dollars on YouTube. So I ain't telling no kid what to do and what not to do. That's what somebody else can do. So they doing a whole lot better than I was doing at 14 and 15. Yeah. If you're a teen, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, I ain't knocking what nobody do this day and age. I mean, unless it's wrong. If it's wrong, they got to deal with that. And if it's good, they got to deal with it. So hey, I ain't telling nobody what to do and what not to do. I'm too old. I know better. People gonna do what they want to do anyway. I tell you, I'll tell you so you at least you can't say why didn't somebody tell you? I do that, then I leave you alone. Let you go on your own. That's what I do. I don't argue with nobody about nothing. Because life will teach them a whole lot better than I will. I guarantee you that. Life will teach you a whole lot better than I will. Life got time. I don't. Life got plenty of time. I ain't got that time. I just told you, it ain't no joke, but I'm telling you real life. So what Pharaoh President is just you playing with me, huh? You out here to entertain. Okay, well do that. If you out here, I don't really. I do have jokes I do tell, but I don't. I used to remember them right off the bat. As you get older, your memory ain't sharp as it used to be. I can't remember the last joke I remembered that was a good, funny kid joke. What was the one? I can't even remember no more. But you know, life brings time change, things change, people change. So all I can say, enjoy life and make it as pleasant as you can make it. The number one thing in life is help where you can, and where you can't, let somebody else help them. That's a joke. Help where you can, and if you can't help them, let somebody else help them. Anybody got any? This is PICK-3 last question and answers. You got questions, I got the answers. So on PICK-3, life is good. I'm telling you, it goes fast. So smell the roses each day that you can. Because when you get old, all you got left is your memories. Best time in my life is when I learned to drive a car. Second best time is when I graduated from high school and college. Third time is when I got married. And then after I got married, the next time was when I had my children. Then when all that time I had gainful employment, when I got my first job, there's many things that you can think of to be thankful for. Then my other times is when I had my brothers, had 11 brothers and sisters, and I didn't have to worry about nothing and nobody because anybody want to jump on me, they couldn't just jump on me. They had 11 more other people jump on, so I didn't hardly ever get jumped on. My face is all over my channel. My face is all over my channel. I got lives with my face. I just really don't do the live thing, face thing right now. I got eye surgery and stuff, and it's strenuous to do all that, trying to looking. Right now, I'm looking right at a phone, and I'm close up on it. And when I do my numbers, I got plenty of light and stuff. But my face just as pretty as day as I was born. That's a joke. Did you get that joke? My face. I'm on the live. You don't see my face. I said I got lives on the phone. I told you I got my face on lives. I told you my face is just as pretty as the day I was born. What you want me to tell you? At 74. You believe that? I got an arch I want to sell you in St. Louis. A big old arch. Life is good though. If you ain't laughing, if you can't laugh about your life, you're gonna be a pretty sad person. That's all I can say. I just lived through a tornado at 74 years old. Never would have thunk it. I lived through a tornado. It came tore up my house, but I'm good. I'm good. Luckily, I had just got one insurance company had canceled me, and I was lucky enough to get Another insurance company 6 months before this tornado came, tore off my roof, knocked out all my windows, tore off all my chimney, water pouring in the house like a waterfall. When you know what, the older you get, the more you got things to be thankful for. I guess that's the best part of getting old. But I love life. I've been a blessed man, and it ain't all being good that made me blessed. It's because I continue to tell myself that it is blessed, and that no matter what shape I am in life, there'll always be somebody that's willing to trade places with me. I bet you that, pretty much. Yeah, it was. I'm so glad. Hey, I was ready. I was ready, honestly, because after the time when it hit so fast, I couldn't get in my basement, and it's a closet right next to my basement where you go down into the basement stairs. And I got in the closet and I say, "Hey, God, if this closet don't save me, I'll see you in a couple of minutes." That's all I told him. I say, "I ain't tripping off and going about this, getting out this cap." I say, if you don't save me in this closet, I'll see you in a couple of minutes. And he did. He saved me. So he saved me do a lot of work, but just like he brought the storm, he'll fix it. Ain't nothing too hard for God. Nothing too hard. Yeah, I always felt that something's always been watching over me. I've always never felt lonely. How some people say they feel lonely and stuff like that. I've always felt like something was watching. It was a thing. I think I got it when I was a kid. I think I might have been 3 or 4, probably about 4 years old, and I ate a lot of candy. And I had this terrible toothache. Oh, I had a toothache. Ooh. And my mother at that time, you didn't have dentists and go to the doctor like you could back when I was a kid. And I said, "Oh God, if you let this toothache go away, I ain't never eating no more candy." I did. I told her just like that. I said, "I ain't never eat," because I was crying and my tooth was hurting. And when I went to sleep and woke back up, it was like I had a whole new mouth. No pain, no nothing. And at 74, I've only had 3 teeth taken out my mouth. And I guess that's because every time I would eat candy after I made that promise to God, I didn't eat much candy because I felt guilty. So that's what happened. I don't think they ever exhausted. You never exhausted when you're doing something you love. The angels love us, and they want the best for us. And anytime you want the best for anybody, and it's a good thing, you never get exhausted. Good comes with evil. You can't have evil without good. You can't have good without evil. There's always going to be two sides to the story because it's energy. There's got to be a plus and a minus to create energy. And that's all it is. Oh, yeah. I know you're kidding. I know. 100. But you know how it takes you a long time in life to start seeing things for what they are and understanding and not take this life, so serious because it's only temporary. Because whatever you're going through right now and fighting over and trying to save and keep 100 years from now ain't gonna even be gonna matter what you fighting over right now and worrying about right now. 100 years and how you fighting to try to straighten it out. 100 years from now, it ain't gonna even matter. So that's why I'm calm, cool, and collected about all things as much as I can be. Except with another tornado, I don't know how good I'm gonna handle that one. But I'm a big calm, cool, collected as it can be. Okay, anybody got any questions? Like I said, I am waiting on YouTube to find an audience. I realize on these lives, it takes a little time for you to get an audience built up. So, yeah. Yep, you have to be. I've always joked. I never took life serious. People always ask me why. They get mad at me because I'm always smiling. And I was in the customer service business. And I was a restaurant manager, and it was this tall, gray-haired fella used to come in the restaurant every day, and I knew his order was always a fish sandwich with onion on it and tartar sauce. And he'd look at me, and he'd speak. So one day he told me to come to the counter, and he asked me. He said, "You know why I come in here every day?" I said, "No, sir. Why you come in here every day?" He said, "No matter when I come in here, you got a smile on your face." I never thought about it. I didn't, I always do smile. It's dealing with customers especially. But he said, "I don't care when I come, you smiling." I say, "I guess because I'm a blessed man. I just smile because I love people. I got a good job. I love my job. And everything's good in life." So, but he complimented me, and that was a good compliment. It made me realize sometimes you need that people recognize you for not the big things that you do, but the small things that you do that impact a lot of people. I don't worry about a lot of big stuff. It's just the small stuff that you do that can change people's life. Yeah, it's the small things that you do that people do that uh, impacts your life. Anybody? We got 21 people in here. Well, welcome everybody. Lot of lotto was lot of lotto. Amen. Amen. Yeah, we had this motto when I was in business with the restaurant business. It said, "Kill them with kindness," and killing them with kindness go a long way. I've had many a grumpy person that come to me and upset, and I just pour on the kindness as thick as I can get it, and they walk out feeling real good. They walk out feeling good, and then in the end, it makes you feel good rather than trying to argue with somebody and what really bothering them ain't you, it's a other personal problem, and you just feed into that negative energy. Okay, okay. All right, welcome, Scratchers. Welcome to Pick 3 at a Glance. Well, it really does. You know why? Because we're getting fed through social media. I had a guy, well, it was a minister guy. He was giving away food and clothes and things like that. And he said, "Well, now when you go, tell everybody I got this over here. Tell them I got some food and I got clothing and I got soap and anything they might need. Make sure you tell them." He say, "Cause he say, good news you got to sell, and bad news sell itself." I never thought about it like that. And we get a lot of. That's why we get all this negativity because the bad news makes ratings and all that stuff for advertisement and all that. If they went around and showing everybody life how good it was, they couldn't make no money. So that's the bad energy. Viber Gigor. Hey, I can't pronounce the names. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Say good, and there's a lot. I don't. I bet you. I bet you. No bragging, but I'm just. I guess at your age, as you get older and you see all the craziness. Because, see, when I was raised on TV, they didn't show people kissing on television. I'm telling y'all, wasn't no kissing on no TV, man. They, I Love Lucy when I was a kid was on, if any people remember that. Like I said, I'm 74. Ricky and Lucy never slept in the same bed together. And I used to say, something wrong with them people. They don't even sleep in the same bed. They wouldn't even show men and women sleeping in the same bed on television. Also, when I was coming up, if a teacher was pregnant, she could not teach in school. They didn't want the kids to even know how people got pregnant. So you know what I think about looking at this crap today from where I came from. They show everything, anything and everything they want to show on TV today and on social media. That's right. You didn't see nobody kissing. You didn't even see it in the theaters with nobody kissing when you went to see a movie. It was morality. We don't have any morality today. The motto of the day, if it feels good, do it. That's what the motto is. If it feels good, do it. But time change, things change, people change. It's the world we live in today. It's the world we live in today. It ain't gonna worry me, because like I say, it worry me if I had to be here forever, but it don't worry me. It's only temporary. I'm gonna make the best of it while I'm here. Eat one day at a time. I guess so. Yeah, morality. Yeah. Hey, Flying Snoopy, been a while. Glad to see you. Yeah, morality. Yeah. I don't know. I just think as time change, uh, hopefully the world will get better. But like I say, you got to go backwards to go forward. And my saying now to all this is, and I have to keep in the forefront of my mind, in the end, love will win. And love is light. And the darkness is hate, envy, jealousy, all the things against goodness. So in the end, love will win. That's all I figured. It might not get stamped all the way out, hate and envy and jealousy, but it won't be to the point where it affects the world and society as a whole. So when I see stuff that saddens my heart, I have to tell myself in the end, love will win, because that's in the good book. In the good book, it said that the light will be so bright that the darkness will have nowhere to hide. And I call the light truth and love and justice, and the darkness is hate and envy and jealousy and killing and stealing and all those things, the Ten Commandment things. And that's it. It's simple. Oh, well, thank you, Snoopy. Yeah, thank you. I've been doing I did a long time, longer than I thought I was gonna do it, because I enjoy it, and I know people gonna play uh, PICK-3. I try to tell them to play for fun, learn my strategy and my system, kind of get it down so they have an actual idea what's going on with the numbers. And like I try to let everybody know that the 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 patterns, the grids, the root sums, the date sums, the tic tac toes, the multiple different workouts, they just are made up numbers. You could just write 10 numbers or whatever numbers down and play them. If you don't know what's going on with the actual numbers by tracking them, then how can you win? Well, thank you for that compliment. I really appreciate that. You said Flying Snoopy. Be, thank you for the compliment. Appreciate it. But you just can't. And I know people gonna play anyway. So what I'm trying to do is help them become bigger and better winners. Cause I know my strategy works. I'm not saying some of this ain't helpful, but it don't tell you what the actual numbers are doing. And that's where I was losing. Like I say, I almost lost my. Well, I did lose my home and my car, and almost my wife and my job messing with this PICK-3. Say, oh, I can get these little three numbers, but it's not set up like that. It's 1 in 1,000. It's 1 in 1,000, and nothing's going to tell you how what numbers coming the next day. I work with the law average, and I guess you can say a probability also to have an idea of what the numbers are doing and when a number might really hit. I can't say exact. It's like the weatherman. I'm looking for certain conditions in the numbers for them to tell me what would be the best way to play the numbers, or what numbers, best numbers to play. I look for certain conditions. I think we have enough people on here. I'm getting to demonstrating what I'm talking about. Okay. Right here in Illinois, I'm state specific for Illinois' evening draw for the simple fact it's easier for me to demonstrate to everyone when I have a state that I could connect to them on what I'm doing rather than try to do New York and like everybody else. They try to do all the states. I stay with one state that when I say do what I do for your state, you'll understand rather than trying to do it for everybody. Hey, Michael, welcome, welcome, welcome for everyone. Okay. Now, when I get through, I'll probably join in the chat or more. But right now, I appreciate everybody's on here and thank you for your support. But that's the best way to me. I don't try to follow everybody when they're doing something. I learned for me that didn't work. So I stick with one state. But what I say do for Illinois will work for your state in essence also, because the numbers are random. And working with the law average, there's certain conditions that you'll look at those numbers and basically know what numbers to play. So I'm going to start off with one thing, explaining mirrors, because that's it's very powerful, and you have to understand mirrors. Doing well, I call them opposite, because a lot of people talk about mirrors and flips, and they interchange those methods, and they totally different methods of winning. Total different methods, but they use them like they're the same, and that's very confusing. That would threw me off. So I changed it to opposite numbers of the 1,000 numbers. You got 1,000 numbers, okay, right here. And then say you make this number graph. If you've seen this before, a lot of you familiar with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when you can get the opposite numbers, you add +5 to any of the single numbers, okay? So 5 to 0 is 5. 5 to 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 3 is 8. And 5 plus 4 is 9. So now on the top, if you take the 1,000 numbers, divide them in half, you're going to have triple zeros to 499 on top numbers, and 500 to 999 on the bottom. Simple. 1,000 numbers divided in half. Triple zeros to 499, 500 to 999. So if you play now why I call them opposite, and you can say mirror and sisters. They use that term too, but I just used opposite. 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2. 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3. 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. So the 1,000 numbers of the PICK-3, say you played 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7. So you can easily look at that and say, okay, 0 is opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2. Oh, okay. 0, 1, 2 is the same as 5, 6, 7. Or vice versa. If you played the 5, 6, 7 and they played the 0, 1, 2, they just played the top number, the opposite number. Easy to look at and understand. Or if you played 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, and they played 2, 3, 4, the exact opposite number of the 1,000 numbers. Or vice versa. You play the 2, 3, 4, and they play 7, 8, 9. Easy to look at, easy to understand. No guesswork. You ain't flipping no 4 and make no 4, and if in the flip strategy that would be a 7. But I'm gonna probably go over that too. So you can just, I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on it because I don't use it. This is the only one you have to ever use with my strategy. Or if you played a double, like 1, 1, 2, and the opposite of it would be 6, 6, 7. Because of 1 is 6, 6 is 1, opposite 1, 2, opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, or vice versa. Or if you play triple zeros, the opposite of that would be triple fives, or vice versa. That's easy, simple to understand. Okay? Now, here, this is what they call flip numbers. Instead of adding a +5 like here, they're going to do a +3. And they're going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? Now you're going to add 3 plus 3 to these numbers on top. So this is what they call a flipping numbers. Okay? 3 to 0 is 3. 3 to 1 plus 1 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 4 is 7. 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 plus 6 is 9. 3 plus 7 is 10. 3 plus 8 is 11. And 3 plus 9 is 12. The thing being, when you get up to past a 10 to the 7, you're going to have, you're not going to use the 1, you'll just use the 0 in lottery math. Or in the same here with the 3 to the 8 is 11, but you just use the 1. The same thing here, the 3 to the 9, you just use the 2, which is the 12, you just use the 2. Now, the thing about here, which to me don't make sense. It don't make sense to me, and somebody have to explain it to me. Okay? And make it make sense to me, because it don't. Like up here, this is even. You can understand that these numbers here, top and bottom, could be opposite. But here, if you do this, see this 1 and this 4, and this 1 and this 8, How can a 1 and 8 be the same thing? How can a 1 be an 8 and a 1 be a 4? That's why I say, when you're doing that, and any of these, they made up numbers. Anytime you just flipping numbers and using this, is made up numbers. Because they don't lead you to nothing. You can't organize that in a way where you can think. I couldn't think about it clearly. That's why I wasn't winning. Because one, I didn't know why I was playing the number, and if I lost, I didn't know how I lost and not winning. Okay. Now, so that's what I'm looking at. So this never made sense to me. So I said I had to build a strategy that would make sense myself. And that's where the PICK-3 at a glance got started. Remember these mirrors here in opposite. Okay, and they have all kind of different. They got about 100 different strategies for this, patterns and date sums and grids and all that stuff, and everybody do them different, and everybody put the numbers in different. And then you got to look for patterns. With PICK-3 at a glance, all you do is track the numbers and put them together where they make sense. So right here, the number that came in Illinois even draw, that's the only one I do. I only track evenings. I can win middays, but I know what number I'm going to play for midday, and that's after I track the whole numbers on middays for the year. Nothing. All I do is track to know what numbers fell for strategy number 1, and I do the front pair and back pair, and see what numbers did not fall for midday or evening, and that's where I build my bucket list. Okay, 3, 2, 3. Hold on. Let me see if you can see that one. No, I ain't gonna do it like that. I'm gonna mark this off. I'm gonna do the 1, 1, 1 here, and do the 3, 2, 3. Okay. Now I'm gonna run down and do the 1, 1 rundown, which is fairly rundown. It's easy, simple. If you make an error, it's quick to catch it. Okay. So you do 1 to 3 is 4. 1 to 4 is 5. 1 to 5 is 6. 1 to 6 is 7. 1 to 7 is 8. 1 to 8 is 9. 1 to 9 is 0. 1 to 0 is 1. 1 to 1 is 2. And 1 to 2 is 3. Now the thing being, again, like I said, that 1 to that 9 was 10. So you just would use the 0 on the right hand side. You wouldn't use the 1. And this here, you're just going to count straight down using the 1. You're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. Then same here again, you're going to count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, when you do this rundown here, I have a strategy number 1. So when you ask me a question, you're going to talk about strategy number 1. That's when these are the 12 columns for strategy number 1. I have 12 columns for the singles and 10 columns for the doubles. All in numerical order. Here are the sheet for the doubles. I put everything in numerical order so they would make sense. So that'd be easy to track. Okay? This here on the doubles, you know, each one of these numbers can come three different ways. Each one of these columns represent 30 numbers. You're looking at a glance. You ain't guessing what 30 numbers are doing. You know what 30 numbers are doing on each column. 30 numbers here, 30 numbers here, 30 numbers here, 30 numbers, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. And the triples, they only come one way, so that's only 10. So 9 times 30 give you 270 doubles. At a glance, you look and you ain't guessing. When you tracking, you know what's going on with the numbers. Or we know what's going on with them. Then, like I say, the 10 gives you 10 numbers because they come single and they don't come, they only come one way. Okay, and then the singles can come 60 different ways. See, this is the beauty of this sheet. It's the beauty of this sheet. Each one of these columns represents 60 numbers at a glance. You know what's going on with all these numbers. See all these that I encircled for from January to present? I know everything about all 1,000 numbers looking at this sheet at a glance for the whole year. This sheet right here. And the doubles. Because each one of the columns represents 60 numbers. Just that. 60 times 12 of these base numbers here is 720 numbers. Plus the 270 that you're going to get gives you the 990 and the 10 on the triples, all your 1,000 numbers at a glance on strategy number 1. And when I put this sheet together, believe me, I had an idea how to use it, but I really didn't know how to use it. It took time and took practice. And it got more powerful after I started digging into more other things to how to use it. And it's going to take practice, and it's going to building a skill set and working with a strategy. The numbers for your state. These numbers don't fit nobody else's state. These numbers don't fit no other midday. These numbers don't fit no other evening. They strictly for Illinois. The conditions of what Illinois numbers are doing. Just like rain and knowing how to the conditions that's necessary to say that it's going to be a rainy day, a stormy day, a thunderous day. That's what it is. You can see that in certain conditions. You know when it's going to rain or a tornado or storm. That's what you do with your numbers as you're tracking them. And we're going to get into detail as I go on. So, with this 3-2-3, I'm trying to find out what column on the doubles it would be under. And we're going to go to the column of the doubles. And I'm going to see what column numbers. See, here's all the columns. 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. Your triple zeros. You know it ain't going to be under the triple zeros. And then here you have 011, 022, 033, 044. These columns and that column are base numbers. Okay? So all of them got zeros in them, the doubles. So the base number is going to be in this rundown. The base number will always be in the rundown. And after you get familiar with those 22 numbers, you're going to automatically be able to notice it when you go down. And here it is. It's this 011 right here. And it's another zero in here. It's the not 090. But I know the 090 is not the base number. But it's going to be in the column, but it's not actually the base number. The base number is smaller. See here? We're going to go to 011. We'll go to 011, come down, and mark off the 233. See, right now, I know at a glance, and for the year, by tracking, that this the first time for the whole year that this 233 came out. Because you know it's a double, so it can come three different ways. It can come 323 like it did come. It can come 233, or it can come 332. Same number, so you're gonna circle it. So I'm caught up for the whole year. I know what doubles fell and what doubles didn't fall for the whole year at a glance. So if I want to know what numbers fell or didn't fall, a lot of times what I do, instead of having to take this paper, I take a picture of the sheet with my phone, and I just carry my phone around when I ain't got nothing to do, and I want to study the numbers. I study the sheet. I just bring it up on my phone. Okay, here's a combination I might want to put together. What column hit like that? You can build a strategy and a skill set off the actual 1,000 numbers, or the 270 doubles. And you know the triples, you'll know them. I already know that the triple ace is the only one that failed for the whole year. I got them because using my strategy and skill set, using this same simple sheet, I knew that triple threes and triple eights didn't fall last year, so I made them on my bucket list, and the eights came in just the other day. But I stayed on them. I knew why I was playing them. I wasn't guessing why I would play the numbers. That's why many times when we play, we fall off a number, and here it comes. Because we didn't know why we was playing it. We didn't know the probability of the number hitting. We don't know the last time the number was out. But with a PICK-3 at a glance strategy with the sheet, you know everything at a glance. No patterns, no grids, no tic-tac-toes, no root sums, no date sums, none of that. If you carried all this around, you carry a notebook. All you need to carry is this piece of paper. Okay? Or we need to carry. I don't like to say y'all or you. I like to include me in it because I don't feel like I belong to the family. So, but anyway, yeah, we have to know what the numbers are doing. Now, so bam, you're done. You done marked it off. And the little check marks here lets me know how many times that number didn't hit for the year already. That's why I do the little check marks. You don't really have to do it unless you just like me, you want to know how many times it hit. But at a glance, now if I see a number that hit 5 times, I don't know whether I'm gonna pick it up or not. I don't play the numbers that play. I play the ones that haven't. I play the cold. I call them the cold hot numbers. In my book, they're the cold hot numbers because I got a better chance of a number not coming, hadn't come in, coming in that one that already came in. And that's how I win. That's mostly what I win by. Playing the numbers that haven't came in yet. From year to year. Not from, year to year. Like I said, the eights and the threes didn't fall last year. So I knew next year the grade of chance with other things that I knew for one of them to come in. I knew that the 8 front pair didn't fall but once in January. No, the 8 back pair only fell once in January last year. And the 8 front had not failed at all in January, all the way up to November. And I was playing them then, but I also knew from studying that it was a good chance of likelihood of not them coming in 2024 because the 5s, 6s, 7s, and 9s had already played. That was the average of the triples that would come out for that whole year. On average, you only get 3 triples to come out for the whole year. Or any of these numbers on average, exact like they are, for a whole year, all you'll probably get is 3 off a column to come exact. Now I ain't talking about what see these here. It's the 3 different ways they done came. But for them to come exactly like they are here, you would only get 3 times out of the year on a group of 10 numbers. On average, not over time, because they could do something different from year to year. But over time, is on average all you're going to get is 3. Because you got 1,000 numbers, you got 365 days in the year. That's a third of those 1,000 numbers. So in alignment with that, you can only get about 3 to 4 numbers out of a group of 10 every year. That's what I learned. So that's why after a number of something hit uh, twice or so, or three, I really don't get heavy into it because the likelihood of it coming in is less and less every time it hits. Because these numbers can take, any of these numbers exact can take up, a pick 3 can take 16 years to come in. Any of them. 16 years. So that's why you don't want to just be playing on one number, because that number can take 16 years and never show up. It could hit it could hit 15 times in 1 year, and then that next year never hit again for another 15 years. Okay, now, I don't know, I'm going to show you an app too that is very useful when you're tracking these numbers, because you would have to do what I did, go back and catch up on all the numbers from the previous, from January to now. But I went back, when I put this sheet together, I went back 2 years, 3 years to eliminate all the numbers. The more numbers you eliminate, the more data you'll have. Okay. Where is it at? I'm going to show you an app. See where the app is at. Be on my other phone. I'm going to show you an app that is very useful. It's called PICK-3 Rundown app. PICK-3 Rundown app. On my other phone. My other phone. Okay, give me 1 minute here. Okay. I know this phone's on the charger. As soon as this phone come up, I'm gonna show you this app and how to use it. Okay. Okay. Still lining up. Here it is. PICK-3 is a lime color app. It's called PICK-3 Rundowns, and it does the rundown for you. The way it was designed, but it's very, very good app. Going to save you a lot of writing. It's called Blind Squirrel LLC. And what it is, you see this? Now, when you get it, you all's going to have commercials and stuff on it, I think. If you want to do it pro, you might not have to. You can do the 1-1 rundown on a piece of paper yourself just about as quick as using this. But commercials will pop up on you. Um, that's what happened. But I was fortunate enough, knock on wood, that I downloaded this app onto the phone, so it's actually on my phone. On the newer app, is with them, so uh, the commercial is going to come up on you. But here, the three, see all these rundowns here? Oops, I changed. A valid 3-digit number. Oh, okay, that's what it said. I hit it by mistake. See all these rundowns here? You can use any of these rundowns to try to find the numbers that come in the next day doing what I did with the rundowns. And when you use these, you look for patterns, you're looking for date sums, you're looking for grids, you're looking for a lot of things. But when you get through, they're going to be a bunch of made up numbers. I don't care what, you might well go get you 10 quick picks. I'm telling you. If you don't know why you playing your number. Now, if you do the rundown and your number that you playing is in there from tracking, then yeah. But I wouldn't play no numbers that I don't know, that I didn't track and study to why I'm playing. Because it's not a cakewalk to winning. You have to have a strategy to winning and building a skill set. And tracking the actual 1,000 numbers is the only way we can build a strategy and a skill set. Because all the numbers are random. And you have to know what they're doing. We have to know what they're doing to get into the winner's circle and be bigger and better winners. Now you see here, you're going to put that 3, 2, 3 in. 3, 2, 3. And then you're going to hit the 111 rundown. That's the only one you're going to have to deal with on PICK-3 at a glance. And see where it say hot picks. I guess they set it up where you can pick from these numbers every day to see what number coming the next day. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. But these are part of the number. But I don't. You, like I said, no way to figure out what's coming the next day. I don't care what you do. Only thing you have is a strategy and a skill set tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And see here, you see these numbers right here? They're the same exact numbers as these here. And that's what made it easier for me. Once I found that I could do this, I could use this to find out what column it was under. And see here, see you got the, it's 101 right here. There it is. Once I find that, I know what column it's under, the 011. Go to the 011, find the 323, mark it off. Bam, you're done. Yeah, it's powerful. Yeah. So that's what you look for. That's how you use this app. Powerful app for what the PICK-3 class is used for. Now, for that strategy number 1. Strategy number 1, when you ask questions with me, I want to know, is the rundown with the 12 columns for the singles, and the 10 columns for the doubles. That's strategy number 1. It comprises the singles and the double columns. Now, strategy number 2 is the triangles. What I did after I was doing number 1, it worked good. I had improved greatly, but I couldn't figure out how to use the pairs. and find the best way to use pairs or even find pairs. People got 1,000 different ways to find pairs. This here, you tracking the actual pairs for your state. For your state, not other states, not other guesses. Trying to figure out something to make something to win. And at a glance, I can see what's happened August and I transfer what didn't happen in August to September. Just like what I hear July, what did not hit in July are underlined. That's how I win and you will too. I underlined so I always knew what number was the hot cold number. I think I'll use that thing. Hot cold numbers. I'm looking for the hot cold numbers so I know what to play. Hot cold numbers here, okay? I can see the 5-5 didn't play. And that way, working with the law average, the numbers catch up with themselves. So here we have the 3-2-3. Now see the 3-2-3, see is the underline here with the law average is starting to catch up with itself because the underline here tells me that it did not play in July at all. Now I ain't guessing what's going on with that 3-3. I know what's going on with it now and then hit twice so far for the month. Okay, so here and then this 23 by being a double, you got two different numbers. So you're gonna have two different pairs to circle. So you're gonna have the 23 and the 33. The 23 did come last month because it ain't got no line under it. So you're gonna circle it. Now you know that that 23 fell for the month. Okay. If it was a double, I mean a single like 1, 2, 3 that came in, it's got three different numbers. You're gonna have three different pairs. So you would mark off, you would circle the 12, the 13, and the 23. Three different numbers, three different pairs to mark off. 1, 2, 3 would be 12, 13, 23. See, we know that the 13 didn't fall last month. That's why it's got a line under it. Or if you have a double, we did the double. If you have a triple, like triple ones, 2, 3, 4s, 5's always a 9, and say it's triple 5 do come in, say 5 come in, now you would circle off triple 5s if triple 5s came in. Or if triple 0s came in, you circle them off. Or triple 1s come in. That would be your triple. And see, I'm on this 5-5 because 5-5 is my double number because 550 and 500 didn't play last year. And I caught both of them when they hit this year because I knew why I was playing them. The hot cold numbers. I play the hot cold numbers. That's what I call them. The hot cold numbers. Hey, Scott. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The hot cold numbers. That's what I'm calling them. I think that's an easy term for people to understand what I'm talking about when I say the hot cold numbers, I guess. I hope so. I'll see how it works. Okay. See here? Let's see. At a glance, I can look at all 3 months and know how the pairs fell and didn't fall. Or see if I made an error quickly. I can go back and recheck my work, my actual work, the actual numbers. See here, June. Bam, I can go back and see if anything happened that I didn't see for June without looking for patterns. I can go back and see whatever didn't happen for July. Bam. And then like now, I just took another sheet and clamped it over here. And now I'm looking at July and August. So at a glance, I can look at 3 months of pairs. At a glance. Hey, all right, lads. Glad to have you with us. See what I'm saying? I can look at everything. This is like a cakewalk with pairs. No more guessing pairs. You take this triangle. This triangle represents 207,010 pairs. This triangle. I didn't, when I put this thing together, I had no idea what I'm doing with it. I'm telling y'all. All I knew, I had to get my house and my car back. I knew that. That's what I knew. I knew I had to make up for what my losses. Uh, and keep my job and my wife. I had already lost my house and my car. So I made sure I had to do something to keep my job and my wife. I had already lost the house and the car. So I can't wait. I say, oh God, let me figure out this stuff. This got to be better than what it is. We make it too hard with all this, with this, with the tic-tac-toe, the day subs and all that. This make it too hard. I said, I got to make this stuff easy because it's too crazy for me, too complicated for me. I got to straighten it out. I lost my house and my car. God, I don't want to lose my wife and my job. That's what I said. So when I put this together and the triangle, like I said, I was like, okay. I figured out everything else. I say, now, how do 3 numbers? So I say, okay, like 1, 2, 3. Here it is right here. 1, 2, 3. I mark off, because 3 numbers, I mark off the 12 and 13 and 23. Then I say, how do I do a double, like the 2, 3, the 3, 2, 3 that came in? I say, okay, now I got the 2, 3. I got everything. I did a couple of doubles on paper, and I could find everything. Then I say, now, wow, now how do I cover triples? How do I know that triples came in for the month? And then something say, voila, there's only one number. All you do is mark off the doubles as the triples. And that's when all this came together for me. So now I don't never guess pairs. Now I know to match this 5-5 with the 5-5-0 and the 500 that ain't came in. Now I'll be playing. That's my main number, the 500 and the 550. I told him the other day when that 500 come in, that's momoneyterry. And just say momoneyterry running to the bank. But I ain't gonna tell y'all what bank. That's my saying. I ain't gonna tell y'all what bank, but I'll sure run to the bank. That's for sure. I told everybody about the number. Well, you know, when you actually track it, you can see and know what's going on, and you build your skill set. Be patient. Be persistent. Stick with a budget. And just take your time. I choose $3, $5 a day. Mostly $3. I try to stay in that range. If I play 6 numbers, 50 cents straight or 50-cent box, I know why I'm playing them that way. Normally, if I'm playing $5, I'm wheeling down a whole column of pairs down. So another thing you're going to need when I say wheeling the pairs, like here, now you'll see from how long numbers take to really come out and be willing to hold on for a long time. Because it could take any one of these pairs 3 months and never hit. Like in Missouri, it took 38 pair. Yeah, it took the 38 pair 4 months. So if you play any number with a 3 and 8 in it, it didn't show for 4 months out of the year, out of the whole year. So it gives you a real bird's eye view of what's going on with your numbers in your state. And you'll see it because right now, right here, I can go back, like I said. I can go back. Let's see, how many months I can go back at a glance? 1, 2. I can go back more than that because I got other sheets, but I can't make this thing too thick. 3, 4. 4 months right here. I can look at and tell you what ain't hit in 4 months at a glance. What numbers? Pairs at that. And all you got to not figure out, but you will as you go through. All you got to do, usually if a pair been out 4 months like that, say it's a 38 pair like I mentioned, all I would do is wheel that pair down. 381, 382, 383, 384, 385, 386, 387, 388, and 389. And that's how I win. If you do that, you will too. You wheel the whole column down. So anything where the 3-8 come in, I'll catch it. But by that time, I know rather what position that 3-8 then fell in. If you can play front pair and back pair. If you can't, you still need to know what position the front pair and back pair is. If I'll know if that 3-8 then fell on the front this away for the year, or this away for the year. And I also know if it fell on the back as 3-8 on the back, or 3-8 on the front. I'll know. I won't be guessing. I'll know it. Wait a minute, did I say 3? I'm sorry. That should be 8-3. Sometimes I'm talking too fast. If I make a mistake, I'll try to catch it or leave it in the comments so I do catch it later on. But yeah, see, now I'm covered. Because now, say I find out that this 3-8 ain't fell here, and I know the pair ain't fell on the front for 3 months. So quite naturally, I'm going to play my run like if I play in a straight box with that 3-8 on the front. But what if I find out that it ain't fell on the back as 8-3? Then I'm going to play it as 0-8-3, 1-8-3, 2-8-3, because the likelihood of falling on the back and me catching, that's how I catch straight. 3-8-3. Now I know what position I'm going to play the numbers in. And the condition is why, that's one of the conditions I would play it in. And the condition is that the 38 ain't failed in 4 months. See what I'm saying? You're looking for certain conditions to exist and that you will see and know when it happens. Like I said, even if you can't play front pair and back pair, this is good to know. So you wouldn't just play it the 3-8 any kind of way. The likelihood is that you would play it if it ain't fell on the back, just like I showed it, or if it ain't fell on the front, just like it is here. That's how you build your strategy and your skill set. Let's see. And that's on pairs. It's strategy number 2. And then strategy number 3 is single digits. What I wanted to do, you know, if you've been around a while and they tell you what the numbers are code, use that code number with the numbers you playing. That really didn't make sense to me either. Just using a code number with the numbers I'm playing. It just didn't make sense. And I don't keep doing stuff that don't make sense. Really don't. But here, they say out of the 0 to 9 numbers, and one of them is just code, don't hit, use that number to try to win with. But I'm like, okay, I got the number in its code. What I'm going to do with it? So I just said, hey, I'm going to make 3 columns. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And y'all ain't going to see this nowhere else, y'all. If y'all do, you know they got it from me. I'm telling y'all that now. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I ain't mad at them. The imitation is the best form of flattery. But just if they give me credit, I would appreciate it. Because I studied YouTube like a vampire, looking for blood to see if it was out there anything close to it. And it wasn't. Okay. Now, uh, I said, okay, I'm gonna do 3 columns from 0 to 9, and these tracking the individual numbers and the positions they fall in. So we had the 323 to come in. So you mark the 3 on the front, 2 in the middle, and 3 on the end. Okay, that's why I say I'm looking for the hot cold numbers. So the next day, let's say 123 comes, I'd mark off the 1 on the front, the 2 in the middle, the 3 on the end. And then by the end of the month, whatever number I don't mark off, I know what position the 0 to 9 number fell in. Let's say that the 4 don't this month the 4 don't hit at all in the front spot. So let's say I know, and my everyday carry, like I say, you're gonna build a bucket list of numbers. My everyday carry number is 324, right? That next month, I'm definitely gonna play 423 or 432 for sure, and make sure that that 4 is on the front playing, because the likelihood of it coming with that 324 as 423 or 432 is great, because this is the only other 2 ways that the number can come when it do come, with that 4 being on the front. You ain't guessing what to do with the numbers. Or say that, let's say the 3 didn't hit in the middle. I'm definitely gonna play it as 234 or 432. You see what I'm saying? No guesswork, no tic-tac-toe, no date something, no grid. Plain simple, right in front of you. Now last month, everything was marked off last month, and it'll do that. Everything was marked. If everything is marked off for the whole month, you just start over from scratch. That's just the way it works. Unless you got something you track that, sometime if everything get back marked off, I'll go back to see how long. Back the last time something might fail that I got an idea with, and I can do it at a glance. Because flip the sheet back, I can see the last time a number didn't hit on the front, in the middle, or the back. All I gotta do is flip it. I don't need no notebook. All I need is 3 sheets of paper. And the only thing you will have give me a minute. Yeah. Only thing you will have is the sheets of paper, your workout sheets of paper. That's all you need. You don't need a notebook, because everything's done on the papers. That's all you need. That's all I carry. And then all I do also, like, see here, see right here, strategy number 3 is right here on this one sheet, along with strategy number 2 and 3 right there, like that. Just glancing at the numbers, skimming over the numbers. Now, and the other strategy is the back, front pair, back pair, like I was just showing you with the 38 for the year. I track, and this the only sheet you'll need for the front pair, back pair. You don't need a notebook. All you need is this one sheet. And you'll see what numbers fell or didn't fall for the whole year. Now for the 323 that fell in, came in yesterday, and we know it's the only time that 323 fell for the whole year. Now, like I said, double check my work and double check your work also. Don't just go by what I'm saying, but if you're tracking all along with Illinois and you caught up, you'll know right at a glance what it is if you didn't make an error. See this 3-2 on the front, it came already. Bam, you're done. And the 2-3, that's if the 2-3 fell on the back. Yep, you fell on the back. Bam, you're done. Now you're looking for the hot cold numbers. You want to see what numbers ain't failed to start working with building your bucket list. During July, June, July is when I make a sheet for everything to realize what has fallen and what hasn't. For the back pair and the front pair and the actual number. For Illinois, right here, I got all the data right here of all the numbers, and it ain't that many that's left. You know, um, I haven't seen as fewer numbers that have that are left uh, this time of the year. But like I say, the numbers are random. You know, no rhyme or reason how they're gonna fall, but you need to know how they falling. That's what I can say. Because I had just put these up when the 20 hit, and then the 74 hit, the 43 hit, and the 64 hit. Now, these are the numbers I'm looking for. And this 17, I know didn't hit at all last year. And it still hasn't hit on the front. But when a condition, like I'm saying, you're looking for conditions, I know that the 17 ain't hit on the front at all. And here, I also know that the 7-4 and 7-6 ain't hit. This is one of the conditions is why I would play 1-7-5 and 1-7-6. And I would play the front and the back of the 75 and the 76 and the front of the 17. Okay? So let me see if let me write it down. Give you a better picture of what I'm talking about. 1-7-5 and 1-7-6. Working with the law average, the chance of that number coming in is great. Okay, now I know that the 1-7 didn't fall last year, and that's definitely in my bucket list. The 1-7, and I know the 7-5 didn't fall on the back, so that's 1-7-5. And I know the 1-7-6 didn't fall, so that's 1-7-6. I would play these straight box. This is a condition, because I know what's going on with the number. Then I would play the 1-7 front pair. I play the 7-5 back pair, and I play the 7-6 back pair. That's usually how I play it to get into the winner's pair. Now, so this is costing me what? $3.50 as a whole. And that would probably be the number I would carry until I hit. But I'm playing, it's my everyday carry number anyway. But I just hit the 450 the other day, on the 11th. So I got money. I take my money when I win and invest in my numbers that I already know why I'm playing. Not guessing why I'm playing, but the numbers I already know why I'm playing and build a bucket list. This is my bucket list that I will not be jumping on and off of. Playing any other number that I'm trying to guess what's going to hit the next day. It don't work like that. Every number I hit, I always got numbers to pull out my bucket list to invest in. I've hit 2 times this month. I think I hit 4 times last month. My average is 3 to 4 times a month. Good month is 5 times. Great month is 5 times. For Illinois. But this will work with any state. And when you talk to me about a front pair, back pair, and what's going on with the numbers, I know exactly what you're talking about, and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But I can't explain patterns. I can't explain flipping and mirroring numbers. Flipping numbers when they're being used interchangeably And one is really you don't understand, and I still don't understand why one is an 8 and a one is a 4. Uh, I have to have it where I can explain it, make it simple. This here I can explain to anybody in an hour or less. I do one-on-one counseling, and pretty much people have it, especially if they already got experience playing this. But it takes study, it takes tracking and studying. And building a skill set. And even if you can't play front pair and back pair, it's imperative that you know what's going on with them so you can see, because you still can use it to your advantage. Okay? We still can use it to our advantage. Um, and that's what I would play. And nothing I do, like if I'm gonna play this number and I know is my bucket list, or so I don't mess up. If I know might be out of town or something, I might be a real busy day. I'll play this for 4 days. I'll play this for 4 days like that until I catch up. Then if I catch up, bam, I'll play day by day if that's what I want to do. But when I got a good idea that a number's coming, I might just play it 4 days and call it the day and not worry about it. Just like I usually play my 550 and my 500 straight box, and I play 5-5 front. Since I know that 5-5 pair ain't played, I play 5-5 back. Then I play, since I know this 5-0. That's how I just hit the other day, was the 4-5-0 and was something else with the 5-0 in it that I hit, but I can't keep count. I can't keep track no more. The 5-0, but I got it up posted on the channel on the shorts every time I win, and the email that come and for Illinois, and the 5-0 on the front and the 5-0 on the back, like that. See, what's that? $4. But I have the capital to invest it, and I'll run it for 4 days or 5 days. Because I ain't going to worry about that. I don't want to worry about that. Because when it wins, then I know what to do with it. And then I run it for 5 days. 4 times 5 is $20 for 5 days. For 5 days. That way I don't have to worry about missing it. Okay, that's what I do. That's how you build a strategy. That's how you build a skill set. And if I can't, and I definitely, if I can't play nothing, I'm definitely gonna play the 550 and 500, because I caught them already, but I'm looking at the law average for them to come in again in another way, especially that 5-5 on the front. And for Illinois, like I say, the numbers are so, you have to study them, because it's been a long time where I've seen this time of the year that the only double, and I'm still can't figure out how it happened, the only double that did not hit for the whole for up to now is the 5-5 and the 4-4 on the back. Usually it'll be a 5-5 on the front, a 5-5 on the back, or a 4-4 on the front, a 4-4 on the back that ain't hit. A 0-0 on the front, a 0-0 on the back ain't hit. It used to be that many of them, or a 9-9 on the front, a 9-9 on the back. That's how I catch my triples. But this year, unless they've been hearing me, they must be hearing what I'm saying. But in August, you only got a 5-5 on the front and a 4-4 on the back. That's me. If you study, when you start studying some things, certain things just stick with you. Not from guessing, but from knowing. I haven't seen that fewer doubles on the front or the back for the whole year, already into this year. Because the way I catch my triples, if it's 0-0 on the front ain't failed and 0-0 back ain't failed for the whole year, Now my eye going into November, December, my eyes on triple zeros, and especially if this mirror or the opposite, not mirror, but the opposite ain't fail, triple zeros ain't fail. That's what I did with the eights and the threes. Then I say skill set. Then my eyes are definitely on them, and especially if a double zero ain't fail in no way in 3 months prior to November or December. Then it's definitely gonna be on triple zeros because you're looking at the hot cold numbers, and that's usually how my triple. And I usually look for no triples that fail all year because we only had triple ones, I think, for midday in Illinois, and the triple H that just hit here on evenings for the whole year. When last year you had 4 triples or maybe 5 for midday last year, and definitely 4 for midday on evenings. The 5, 6, 7, and the 8s. That's why I didn't think those 8s was gonna fall in 2024, but it was a good chance that they could have too. But I was more than sure that they was gonna fall this year because the 3-3 pair hadn't failed, and the A hadn't failed, and I didn't have to do a lot of the tic tac and all that stuff. All I had to do is go back and look at the sheets, look at the front pair, back pair sheet to tell me what pairs ain't failed for the whole year. Because you're tracking them every day. Or you catching it up. You ain't got to track it. If you miss a couple of days, I ain't saying miss a couple of months and try to catch up. Once you start catching up, you ain't going to want to let it get back that far anyway. And I can see at a glance that, okay, the 8 didn't fall all the way up to November, and the 8 didn't fall on the back all the way up to November. Bam, 8 is my number. Whatever double that don't fall front and back, and you know those doubles and triples are the 2 slowest numbers. That's why I don't invest a lot into the triples at all. But those doubles, way Illinois has gotten, doubles are coming regular. Doubles come regular. I got to tell y'all, doubles is hot in Illinois from the year I've been here. So I'm going to look at more at them and building a better skill set with them to get with them. But I do win pretty good with the doubles. Like I said, the 5, 5, 30, 5, 5, and quite a few other doubles. But yeah. See here, I'm not guessing this. I know what this is. I know. See the 6, 6, 4, and see how you can match it up. If you see like the 6, 4 on the front, and that just hit, and the 4, 6 on the back, your number would be the 6, 4, 6, and that's exactly how it came in. That's why I'm telling you, I'm playing the 1, 7, and the 7, 5, and the 1, 7, and the 7, 6. The 1, 7, 5 and the 1, 7, 6. See, I got this 2, 7 up here. I might add 2, 7, 5 and 2, 7, 6. Okay. Now you can this part of the number condition and your skill set that your strategy you build. Or this 06. Is there any 6s? This 06 2, this 06 8. I'm gonna just go through some. This 3 6 2, this 3 6 8. 8. What is? Let's see what other 8 that ain't hit for the whole year. No, it's no. All the 8s. No, 8 2. This 3 8 2 is a good one. You can see that's how you make your numbers, build your bucket list of your numbers. To see the 6 1 is there any ones that look like all the ones hit. This 19, I mean it's 14. Just tell me how many front pair back pairs is. What other 7? We did the 7 6. We did the 0 2. Go still this '02 is it just hit twice. It hit the '04, '06, and the 205 just hit. And it's, but I was still, if I'm looking for these three here, I was at 021, 022, and 028. Let's see, 333, 435. But I'm calling these off to give you an idea how I strategize. But I wouldn't necessarily play these unless something sticks out to me. Like I say, if the 3-8, I know pair ain't feel in 4 months or 3 months as you're tracking, then I definitely would play the 3-8 on the front, like I said, and this 385 would be my number. Because I know for the whole year, 3-5 ain't fell on the back, and the 3-8 ain't fell on the front. And I know the 3-8 pair ain't fell in 120 days. So I'd be crazy not really to load up a little bit on this 385. No guessing, knowing. And that's how my brother's birthday is 527. And like I said, I don't play birthdays. I don't do all that stuff. I have to see what these numbers are telling me to do. And it didn't fall the previous year. The 527 didn't fall on the 52 didn't fall on the front, and the 27 didn't fall on the back. And it didn't the number didn't fall for the whole year, the previous year. So the next year, I put it into my bucket list, and it was my daily carry number. So I played it, according to my budget, but his birthday was on a Saturday, and it was 527. So I say I'm loading up on his birthday for that day. And it came in exactly like that, 527. Now, was that luck? Not in my book. It would be in luck if I had no idea why I was playing it. But I knew why I was playing it. And it was a good birthday party, believe me. And I do a lot of numbers like that. When I see that the number ain't came at all for the year, and I got the front pair and the back pair that made up going into the next year, those are my numbers. You can build a lot of your bucket list of numbers from these strategies here, looking at the actual numbers and playing with them. Because this 1-7, if it don't come for the rest of the year on the front, and say next year, and for the whole year, this 7-5 and this 7-6 don't come, I'm still hold on to this 1-7, but I'm definitely gonna keep with the 7-5 and 7-6 going into the next year. And to me, it's pretty might be unlikely that one of these others don't hit. But like I say, it's random. But you can watch to see what they're doing. And here's my pairs. Not pairs, my single numbers and my doubles that I bucket list for Illinois evening draw that I'm playing here. For Illinois evening draw. These here. And see, when I win, these are the numbers I go to. I load up on these numbers. I don't load up on a whole bunch of different numbers. And especially going to load up on these numbers here. Because this is column 7 numbers. All 6 of these numbers have not come in off of column 7 yet. But another number did come off of 7 because 7 hadn't hit since May. But I wasn't worried about that. When I win, I'll play column 7, but these are my major numbers, and I play them straight box off of column 7. Illinois evening. And this is the strategy that you can sit down and make comfortable and not straining because you're just looking at the sheets. See this 07 here? It just hit. What was the number that came off of it? Did I mark it down? Was it 05? I think it was the 05 too. I might have to go back and look. But it just hit, but it didn't hit the 3 I just showed you. No, it was the 907. I know exactly which one it was. It was the 907 that repeated. Okay, but it hadn't hit off, nothing had hit off this column since May. So that was about 60 days. See, when it gets to about 60 days, that's when I start looking at the columns that I'm going to play my numbers off of. If a column ain't hit for 60 days, that's the column I look at. 90 days is on like popcorn. I'm adding it. I'm dealing with it. 90 days. Now the doubles and the triples will take longer. They can take a lot longer, maybe 4 months. But 90 days, the singles should be hot, cold enough to bring you a winner off of it, or more. So this would be my main column to hit. And the way you know what columns to play, see, this here is a summary sheet for the year. You'll do a sheet exactly like this from month to month. Like September, I'll do my sheet will start playing. I'll highlight all the numbers that didn't fall off the summary sheet for that month. And then I'll start just marking them off. Also, if a new number comes in, I'll mark it off here. But I'm just marking it off for September, the actual numbers that came in for September and how they fell. Same way with number 3 and number 2 on the pairs. I highlight what numbers, like I showed you underlined on this sheet here, what numbers didn't come in. That way I got a glance. I know what numbers didn't come in, what numbers didn't fall in what position for strategy number 2. And then, like I said, the doubles, I highlight what doubles on September sheet. And any new numbers that come in, I'll just bring over to the summary sheet. And then here, this is an annual sheet. You don't have to do anything with it because you're just going to carry it for the whole year. And I already know, I could highlight this sheet here, but I already made a separate sheet marking down what numbers hadn't failed yet already. So I don't really have to highlight this sheet myself. And you do whatever works for you. But I already have them. The sheet I showed you for the front pair and back pair. I hope I got this stuff over right. But that's pretty much it, I believe. Yeah, I think I covered all the bases. Yeah, see, I got everything already organized. Now, you want to be organized. I'm telling you, organization is the key. You want to be organized so you don't miss anything that right there in front of you. And here's for the front pair, back pair, and here's for my bucket list of the singles and doubles. I don't really highlight it. I just write it on a separate sheet. And I take this and I take snapshots of it in my phone. And when I don't have nothing to do, I scan through it and study to see what number I'm looking at adding on to my bucket list the next time I win. I already know. I'm not guessing what number I'm going to play. I always know what number I'm playing. What numbers I'm playing. Okay, this is the Q&A time. Welcome, everybody. Any questions? You got questions, I got answers. Anything on PICK-3. You don't have to be just PICK-3 at a glance. Anything you want to know about PICK-3. And I can give you my experience on it. I'll give you my experience on it. Once you start tracking, like I always say, you'll soon be packing the luggage down. I'm just trying to help everybody not lose their home and their car. Because people are going to play anyway. And it's enjoyable. I mean, and play it for fun. It's enjoyable. I love playing PICK-3. I really do. I love more when I win, too. But it's the thing that I know how to manage it better now. And I'm not jumping on and off all them numbers. And I keep it simple. The simpler the better. I believe in the KISS effect. Keep it super simple. Any questions, any answers, any questions? PICK-3. I still got time here. I'll play us a little music until some more people come, because this is what I do. Mm-hmm. 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 If you want to see a full video, you can go to PICK-3 lesson number 10. PICK-3 lesson number 10. Just search for that in the Google search. Also, you can go to PICK-3 for newbies, lesson number 517. PICK-3 at a glance, lesson for newbies. PICK-3 for newbies, 517. And that gives you two full tutorial videos like. Welcome to PICK-3 at a glance. Question and answers on anything about PICK-3. Mm-hmm. see. Mama's barbecue. Mama's barbecue. Yes. Hello? Yes. What is your 6.99 special for the day? Hello? What's your 6.99 special for the day? My phone and yours. I think you're breaking up. Wow. might have to call back. It's a lot of static. Hello? Yeah, what's your 699? Hi, Alexis. What's your 699 special today? Yeah, your 699. Okay. Uh, and some wings. Okay. Thank you. How to win big? 1 minute. It says scratch within with curls and how to win big. Is one way is to know why you're playing your pick 3 numbers by tracking. Stick with your budget and knowing when to load up on your numbers that you're looking for. And be OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, and study the numbers. And not looking for numbers to come the next day, but different methods that think that number as a method to knowing what numbers come the next day. The numbers are random. And study and build yourself a decent skill set for the numbers for your state. And that's how you win big. Do your own work. Don't try to have other people put numbers up for you to play, and you not know why you playing them. I hope I hope that answered your question, or you was answering that for somebody else. I might not be getting everything on my phone here. If you're not tracking your own numbers and knowing what's going on with the numbers, you're playing for luck. And when you're winning with luck, luck runs out. Pick 3 questions and answers. If you have any questions, I got answers for all states. As far as tracking your own numbers for your own state, the method I have set up for that, and anything you might want to know about Pick 3. These are Illinois evening draw singles and doubles. These are my bucket list of numbers I'm playing throughout the year. PICK-3 at a glance, question and answers. You got questions, I got answers. Mhm. Mhm. Lord. Mm. All right, Pick Curriculum Family, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, and play responsibly.